Well, we are still putting a couple things together here, but want to welcome everybody in here tonight. What you see playing on the screen is we made a trip to our local Kroger and Walmart today just to see what was happening here. The governor of the state of Ohio yesterday issued a lockdown starting at midnight tonight. So after midnight tonight, unless you are going to get food, unless you are going to a pharmacy, unless you are going a specific necessary item to the doctor, to something like that, you're not allowed to be out. Now, I have no idea what kind of enforcements that's going to be. Absolutely none. But it could prove to be very interesting over the next couple weeks. So I think, Sherry, are you about ready here?
Go for it.
Oh, all right. Sherry is on the air.
Oh, there's me.
There you are.
Hey, folks. Broad-eye and bushy tail. Before we get started, don't want to bring everybody down, but
let's make sure that they're hearing us okay.
Can everybody hear us? Do I have to use sign language? It is a bizarre world. Yeah. Yeah, Kentucky, I think, is there. The governor is doing that tomorrow. Yeah. Good evening, Miss Jan. How are you? Miss Patty Gilbert. Did you brush your hair and your teeth tonight? Miss Birthday Lady?
Okay, Kiss My Grass says they can hear us. All right.
Farming Our Backyard. Hey there, Buckeyes. Before we start tonight, I don't want to bring everybody down, but I do want to ask for prayers, if that's something you do. If not, some good thoughts. Two very good friends of ours can use them. I don't know if you've seen Lippy, a.k.a. Gemini Homestead's video that she put out earlier today, but she can use some prayers and some very good thoughts. We've known her for a year now. We met her in Mississippi a year ago. And
has it been just a year?
Uh-huh. We met her.
Boy, it seems like it's been 10.
And we just bonded. And that the last night we were in Mississippi, we all went out for dinner at the Mexican restaurant in front of the one hotel. Daryl and I were sitting across from Buddy and Denise. And I look at Daryl and go, she just looks familiar. I don't know why. Who does she look like? Daryl goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, like I'm insane. I'm not. Well, maybe. But anyway, so I'm staring at her for like good 15, 20 minutes trying to figure out who this woman is. And it dawned on me. She could be my daughter's twin. If anybody has seen pictures of my daughter, Kara Joy, Denise could be her twin. I mean, there's so many similarities. The funny part is, after I knew her for about a month, I don't know why, I was chatting with her and it dawned on me, they have the same last name. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Uh-huh. So, and then Andy is also back in the hospital tonight. So prayers for Andy. I don't know what. Nathan, you watch it. You know it's behind me. You be a good boy. Andy has been in the hospital several times for this issue, whether it's his kidneys or what's going on. But hopefully they'll find out what's causing all this grief and take care of it. So prayers to both Andy and Denise tonight. So, yes, thank you, Elizabeth's Adventure. I prayed that. I appreciate that. Yeah, Brenda. So, I got that out of the way.
Title of the way.
Last week, Lou had a birthday. Tomorrow night, I can say it. I'll say it tonight, though. Tomorrow, somebody that we have yet to meet in person, but I'm already very close friends with, is Misty. Tomorrow's Mama Z's birthday.
Oh.
Yep.
She's the lady that cooks on Saturday mornings.
Yep. She has a live stream Wednesday night that they chat. She cooks Saturday mornings.
Yeah, she does that cooking thing on Saturday mornings, and we still haven't had the delivery show up. So I don't know what the deal is with that.
I know. Anne Marie, good evening. How are you, dear? And
well, looky there.
Doug and Stacy.
Good evening.
How are you? Friends of ours?
Well, since you're here, maybe you can tell us, has Layman's made any decisions on their thing coming up here next month that you guys are supposed to be at, because we were going to see you there. Have you heard anything?
I haven't looked at the website today to see if they still have everything scheduled.
So, anyway, Doug or Stacia or whoever it is, always a pleasure to have you here. We appreciate you. Tell you what.
You can tell it's Doug on the keyboard. Sup.
That's it, huh?
Yep, sup.
All right. So tonight we don't
Canceled. Posted on Facebook. Okay, thank you. I haven't been online today, so I haven't looked. Had a feeling.
wait. Dacebook?
Well, nobody said he his fingers knew where the keys were.
Well, he's got big hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see him trying to do editing on a phone?
Oh no. Well, maybe
That man can win jacks because he has big hands.
Yeah, he's got hands. He just
He is a jacks winner. Yep. And they canceled the Mother Earth News in Nashville. Yeah, there's yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, we do not have a guest per se tonight.
Well, we're the guests.
We're the guests.
Surprise! You're stuck with us.
But we do have a phone number scrolling across the top of the screen. If anybody would like to call in,
Sabrina, there's
Tell
no
us-
way you can love me more.
tell us what is happening in your area, in your backyard. Is it as crazy there as it is here? Is your state in lockdown? I don't know how many are. There's
Those,
maybe half a dozen
I
right
think
now.
so as of now.
Right now, I think there's a half a dozen that's locked down.
Yeah, Eli, I do understand. We're pretty much. Today was the first day we went out and did a decent grocery shopping, and then ate the red shed, and then we had to go to a Amish bulk store to buy flour because Kroger was out of flour. Walmart was out of flour.
But
Yeah.
they had some at the Amish store.
Yes, they did. They didn't have the regular all-purpose flour, but has anyone baked with sapphire flour? I've never heard of it, but that's what I have.
Wait a minute. I have a lamb in my log cabin right now.
Oh, you didn't see the picture?
No,
Oh,
I
on
didn't.
Twitter. Oh my gosh, I just saw it when I posted our link. Doug, that is the cutest picture that you put up on Twitter. Oklahoma's not on lockdown yet. Well, I have a feeling it's coming. Hey, Susan, welcome. Oh, let's see. I just saw something. Our state is not, but local cities. Okay, local cities, yeah. Well, our whole state as far as midnight tonight.
The Amish are selling out. Do not go there. I think we have a little bit larger group of Amish in our area than what you have.
Moon Farm. It's funny because Daryl said if Planktown was closer, that's where we would have gone. I love to go to Planktown. No, this is a place right outside of Belleville. So it's like 20 minutes from us. But Planktown isn't that far.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the place we went is
Yeah.
on the back roads.
Because if we went to Planktown, I would have had to take a U-turn into the fabric store that's on the way to Planktown. Have
No,
you
we
ever
w-
been in that place?
We would have had to make
That's
a
an
detour.
essential. That's an essential place.
Would have had to make a detour around that. Our county has a curfew now unless you're going to work or emergency personnel. And just share with the folks, if you would, Fairy Tale, where you're at.
Mississippi. That's Jen.
I know. I said for her to share with the
Well, I'm
folks out
sorry.
there.
I'll shut up. Jen, share with the folks. I know people have posted on Facebook trying to find canning lids. Where can I get canning lids? The bulk store that we went to this afternoon had one bag of lids, 3 dozen lids, and it was $7. That's all they had.
You know, I didn't notice at Kroger's. I saw that they had canning jars,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they had lids.
Moon Farm, and I know you're not far from Planktown, but remind me again, like, about where? Because obviously we're not going to get together, real soon here, but I'd like to when all of this is over. Yeah, California's been on lockdown. California should have been on lockdown a long time ago. But I have family there. Very good, Loving Ivy. I'm glad to
Well,
hear
Dollar
that.
Store has canning lids. I would have not thought to have checked.
Oh, yeah. Dollar General, you can usually buy canning stuff there. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And actually,
And you can order them through Walmart. You can order them through Lehman's. Lehman's used to have an outlet store in back of their main store.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time we went there, I came home with 2 sleeves. I mean, humongous sleeves.
yeah, it's
One-
about
one
2
regular-
foot, about
yeah.
2 foot in length.
The regular lids and the wide mouth lids. And I'm still using those.
So anyway,
Yeah, but Teresa, your gas is like, 99 cents? Daryl said it's almost worth driving to Kentucky just to get gas.
yeah. Now the gas in
Oh, yeah,
our
Planktown meetup. We can do that. I'm game.
the gas in our immediate area here is the cheapest I've seen it in years. It's $1.65 a gallon, right up the street from us here, and that's by far the cheapest I've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, Golden Harvest. Exactly, Nathan. That's what they are. Golden Harvest at Dollar General. Grandma's so happy. My sister is in San Juan Capistrano. And her one son lives outside of L.A. I don't know where her other son lives. I know he has a trailer over somewhere in Mexico, not too far across the border. Her one daughter lives in Murrieta, out in the desert somewhere. Then the older daughter lives in Phoenix, and the other daughter lives not too far from us in Loudonville, Ohio. So we're splattered everywhere.
$1.50 a gallon here.
$1.65 in Michigan, yeah.
Life with Linda, I don't know where here is.
Oh, and $1.89 in South Kentucky. That's strange. Exactly. That's what we were talking about. Because the gas is so cheap because we can't go anywhere. No one's buying it.
Whoa, Chipper's Family Adventures. Where are you located? $2.75 a gallon. Wow. That sounds like an Illinois price.
$1.75 in Conroe. Yeah, there's still some places here that Miss Tigger, how's Columbus? Yeah, it's on lockdown tonight at midnight, Tigger.
Farming our backyard, we can use Zoom for meetings, and we do on occasion. Normally on our Monday Night Live, we just use Skype.
We use Zoom when we hosted Deep South Homestead Saturday.
Yeah.
We use Zoom.
Yeah, the virtual gathering was all
right.
done through Zoom.
Life with Linda's in Missouri. I knew that. I'm on her Facebook group. She posts fantastic recipes. Captain of a supply ship for the oil industry, and he's stuck in the Gulf of Mexico. Wow. Yes, Lynn. What you're seeing right now, that is Walmart. Is that the Walmart? Yes, that's Walmart.
No, that's Kroger.
No, that's Genio. That's Walmart. That was the Walmart. Genio was Walmart.
Okay.
Yeah, right there is Walmart.
Yeah.
Yes. Washington State is where Chipper's Family Adventure is.
And J Love, yes, we have. Sherry already mentioned that, but you can mention again that a couple people that can use your thoughts here tonight would be Lippy from
Gemini.
Gemini Homestead and Andy from
Andy's, he changed his name and
Andy's
Yeah.
Backyard and Barbecue or something.
all I know, Jessica's what she did her video on. She won't know for 3 days, at least 3 days. So, $1.95 near Norwalk. Okay.
Okay, are Stivers in here? Zach, why don't you dial us up here? You're not shy.
Yeah, Eli, isn't that crazy? You know, you're saying $2.77 3 days ago and $1.99 today is and it's funny because Kroger and the Shell station on the street are cheaper than Sam's Club. Usually Sam's Club is the cheapest in town.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very unlikely for Kroger's to have the cheapest price, but that's what it is right now here. Anyway.
Shayla, they always have a great live stream. Always. Just once I'd love to have the amount of people that they get.
Who are you talking about?
Stivers.
Oh, well, that's because they just do an excellent job.
Jen is always so bubbly.
Yes, she sure is.
What did you have for dinner? Because I haven't made anything yet. I may not.
Jeez, I'm wondering.
Zach is finishing his brownies. When we were in Kroger, there was one aisle that was just empty. And I saw one of the workers coming down the aisle because a lot of them were doing the, where people get online and do their groceries and then just go pick them up. And I heard her telling one of the customers that the shelves were stocked this morning, and within an hour or two, all the paper products were sold out. Sabrina, that's not a essential surgery. Mine is postponed. I'm not real happy about it, but what can you do?
Here, we'll make that a little
Kiss
bit.
my grass. That's about what it is here.
Make that easier for folks to read it here. All right, there we go.
Oh,
We do have a
Zach,
caller.
yeah, he's in the waiting room.
All right.
Ooh, taco bowls. That sounds good.
Hello, this is Daryl. Who's calling?
I
What's
guess I'm gonna put
happening?
ears on.
Hey, Zach, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
We're doing just fine.
Good.
So, have you been out to the stores at all over
Barely.
the past week here?
We haven't been to a grocery store in probably 3 weeks. Haven't really had a need to or want to. But I've had to go to Lowe's and a local nursery to get some soil. But unfortunately, it's weird here in our little town. People are acting like it's business as usual. But the governor has kind of shut that down now. But a lot of people are just kind of doing whatever they want. But I hope they are opening their eyes soon.
Well, I was pretty amazed when we went out today. I was expecting to see very little traffic. I was expecting to see pretty empty parking lots. The traffic was down a little bit, but the parking lots were full. There was a lot of people there. They were fuller than what the shelves are here.
Yeah, same. It's definitely traffic is still very busy in town. I'm hoping it's just people getting what they need because things are really getting real. I guess. But yeah, it definitely was a surprise because I had to go out yesterday, but it was very busy in town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a big surprise. I don't know if places like Lowe's, Home Depot, I don't know if they're going to allow those places to stay open or not. I don't know if that's considered to be essential, like a grocery store or a restaurant or a doctor's office or something.
Yeah, so for now, our governor, like, we are in shelter in place here in Kentucky, but they're calling it healthy at home. Take it for whatever it is.
Yeah.
But they have closed all non-essentials officially, and Lowe's is considered essential. Auto repair, but not the shops are, so like they can't have the showcase of their tires and stuff open, but they'll fix their cars. And I was happy to hear that nurseries and also farm and ag stores were also essential, which gave us some relief. But yeah, so as at the moment here, Lowe's is essential.
Okay. Yeah. Zach, we got another person calling in here, so let me get him on here with us.
All right.
This
More
is
the merrier.
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Oh, this is just Nathan.
Just
Nathan.
Nathan. All right. How
I don't
you
think
doing?
we have a just Nathan in the room.
Oh.
I lurk around everywhere.
Yeah, those trolls. I see you have new Oreo cookies out, Mr. Troll.
Do what?
You have new Oreo cookies out. They're called troll cookies.
Oh, really? I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
I'm not a big Oreo fan.
Yeah, they change colors or something. Yep.
So Nathan is you're in Tennessee. So how is Tennessee as compared to what you're seeing here or what you've heard about in Kentucky?
Well, I can't really speak for all of Tennessee because it's, so distinct across everything else. But in my little corner, it's pretty well, everybody's doing what they want to.
So
but it hasn't really, up until about a week ago is when everybody started panic buying stuff around here.
well, and it just kind of seems to me like I don't think that our store shelves were like this 2 weeks ago, but they certainly
They weren't
have.
like this here 2 weeks ago.
But I'll tell you what I see forthcoming from this is a lot of wasted food, a lot of wasted supplies. I mean, the stores are racking it up now. It's kind of like it's almost like a Black Friday type deal for them because they're, getting this big influx of money. I'm very pleased to see that for the most part, the prices are good. I don't know if you noticed in the video there, but the milk at Walmart was still $1.10 a gallon.
Do they have any?
Yes. Now, it wasn't filled up like it normally is, but they did have.
They get milk for $1.10 a gallon.
Yeah,
Oh,
$1.
up here at Aldi's, you can get it for 99 cents a gallon. And eggs are 44 cents a dozen.
Yeah,
Just don't go buy straw from southern states. That was about $9 a bell when I went, and I about lost it.
We went to a local produce place right up the street. Cauliflower, $5.99 a head.
Oh, I have.
And I
Wow.
think, I told Daryl, let's take a picture of this. Yeah, the seedless watermelon were $9.99, just like individual personal watermelons. No, they don't price gouge.
Yeah, this was a little bit excessive.
Yeah, unreal.
The seedless watermelon for $9.99. They had jumbo cauliflower for $5.99 each.
Yeah, hidden within myself, I saw that last week on Facebook. Yeah, jumbo cauliflower, $5.99. I don't
When we
think
go to
so.
Ohio, we're loading up on milk.
Now, this is an interesting thing. They don't take cash. No cash. If you have cash, you can't buy anything.
Wow, that is interesting.
All right. Look, we got another caller, so let me let them in the room here.
Oh, Jessica, just with your 2 young boys, you can go through more than 2 to 3. Now, it's not pounds, it's packages.
Okay. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hey, this is Misty with Mama Z.
Hey, Mama
I
Z.
miss
Hello.
Misty.
How you doing? Let me just continue here for just a moment, Mama Z. I ran across this sign. This was at the produce place, and is Big Bear in here tonight?
What
No, I haven't seen Jason yet.
checks would be just as bad as cash.
Yeah,
Yes, it would be.
we were talking about that the other night.
Yeah. Now they also had this. I was hoping that Big Bear might be in here because they are selling Georgia sweet corn, 5 ears for $2.99. And they also, this was at Kroger's. This next one here. No cash transactions. Sorry, no
Well,
cash.
Years ago, if you'd go into a casino, when the machines gave you cash, as the slot machines, if you won something, it would give you coins. I can't tell you how many people would wear latex gloves because those coins are nasty. Yeah, Jessica, you're right. There are some packages that are they only make small packages of meat. The ones at Kroger, some of those chuck roasts were huge.
Okay, Mama Z, I didn't mean to cut you off. It was just in the middle of those pictures. So how are things in
That's okay.
Texas?
Well, Texas is really interesting. Our governor has come out and said that he is not going to do a statewide shutdown because Texas is so vast and so much rural country, which is understandable. And he's right in a sense that 95% of Texas is very rural. If you look at Houston and Dallas and, the major cities, you think, well, okay, that makes sense because I won't say 85% of Texas is very rural, open country and not very large cities. It's made up of a bunch of small towns. Mm-hmm. The problem is, my city of Conroe, there's 80,000 and just, 45 minutes maybe south of us is Houston. The mayor of Houston's come out and thrown a big wall-eyed fit. He's very, and I'm not trying to get political, but he is very, very liberal, and he threw a big wall-eyed fit. We're not locking down. Those are all lies, and just acted a fool on TV, and then the county judge came out and said, well, now hold on. We might have to lock down, and people are just going nutso around here. It is business as usual. There are a million people. Houston's coming down to Conroe or up to Conroe, and they're crowding our stores and wiping us out. And there's nothing on the shelves because Houston's basically coming and wiping us out. You can't get nothing in our stores because they're just, and it's ridiculous. The traffic is congested. It's crazy. There are 15 active cases in Montgomery County right now, but I suspect that it will grow because they're completely unwilling to do any kind of lockdown.
Well, Mama Zoo's actually thinking that's a good point that you just made with the 16 cases. Like everything that we hear about current cases, like that's last week cases, right? Because it takes so long for us to get the actual number. So it was 16 last week, and then within a week of when they start reporting, then it triples. So yeah, it's crazy, and the numbers sound really bad. We're always hearing last week's numbers.
Well, yeah. Until you're tested and the results are back, you don't have it.
And here's another issue we have down here. And again, I'm not trying to make a political statement here, but it's a real problem that we have on the Texas border is that we have a lot of undocumented immigrants here. They are not going to go get tested because they are truly afraid of getting deported. And even though the governor has come out and said, now, we're not going to deport anybody if you go get tested, but they're not testing anybody. Even Governor Abbott has said, okay, we have the money. We'll pay for the test. Texas is a wealthy state. All right, we are. We have the oil. We have all that stuff. He said, hey, we've got the money for the supplies. We'll pay for it. We've got the oil. We've got the gas. We'll pay for it. There are no tests. You know, they get up there and say, oh, we've got plenty of tests. There are no tests. We're testing 250 people a day, basically, in Houston at 3 sites. Montgomery County, which is where I live, they're not really testing anybody. We have no real place to test.
Now is that because they don't have the test kits, or they don't have a place to do it, or they don't have labs to run the test, or what's the story there?
All the above.
What?
We have one clinic that does testing here in town, and basically our numbers hasn't really changed in 2 days. You might have 1 or 2 going up, which tells me that they're really not testing anybody in Montgomery County.
I heard today. I heard today in our county they just had the second confirmed case here in Richland County today.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
So we have 2 in the county that we live in. But that second one has been here. It wasn't official.
Wow, Page Family Homestead, they have 14 infected on base 5 minutes from their home. Wow.
They have two or a police officer. I know a police officer and his significant other. I'm not sure if it was a wife or a girlfriend, but that was in a coma in the hospital. Montgomery County, I believe it was a police. I don't know if it was a sheriff's officer or police that was in their 40s. So this wasn't an old person. This wasn't, you know what I mean? This was somebody that was healthy in their 40s and in a coma from this thing. So this, you know, they portrayed this as an old people's disease, and it's not. This is affecting people my age.
Well, and even youngsters.
Yeah. And they waited Port Aransas, which,
well,
you know,
Mama Z,
is a big
Mama Z, you were just a spring chicken last week, so you're okay.
Right.
Yeah, she's gonna be. She
Right.
thinks she's
turn
gonna be
47
elderly
tomorrow.
Yeah. Sure. Let me show you elderly.
But you know, they've shut my daughter's. All her college classes are pretty much going online. Half of them have gone online, and we're waiting on the rest of them. You know, they've left her kind of in limbo. And it's just, this is the whole thing. That's what I'm telling everybody. It's not even the scare of the virus. It's the scare of the unknown. Nobody knows because they won't people won't take it serious. They won't stay home. But it's business as usual around here. We go around. We live streamed our church service with 6 people in the building Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people just will not stay home. So anyway, but I won't keep you, I won't stay on the phone. I just wanted to kind of update you with what's going on in Texas, so.
Well, we appreciate that. Have you been out to
Absolutely.
the stores in your area?
We went. There was a Kroger's open. We went and got some eggs. And my husband went this morning to try to get some flour. I was going to make bread. I have some flour here. I was just going to kind of back up my stash, so to speak, and there was no flour. I ran into the same problem y'all had. The Kroger's was letting people just come in. The HEB, which is a Texas grocer, they're only letting 20 people in at a time.
Oh, Kroger's and Walmart just walk in just like any other day.
Now, how do they do that? Do they have an individual, a greeter, if you would, standing out at the front door, counting people?
Yes, they're counting them 20 at a time, which to me is ridiculous because now you're compressing people in a tight space out front in a crowd and making them stand in line for hours. My pastor actually stood in line for over an hour waiting to get in the grocery store the other day.
Wow.
But that's how they're maintaining their stock and not running out of stuff. Is they're only open so many hours, but what they're doing is encouraging people to do curbside pickup, which is what I will probably do when I do my big grocery pickup the first of the month. Is because that's what I usually do is do a big, shop once a month for my big grocery pickup. And then the local Aldi is actually doing delivery. But it takes about 3 days. You have to do it 3 days out.
Red, most of our grocery stores open up at 7, and the first hour is for 55 and older. So they're doing that around here also.
But it's I don't know. It's just crazy, and I don't know unless they do a nationwide thing. If one state does one thing, another state doesn't, how they're ever going to control any of this.
Well, not to 100% disagree with you, but I think it seems to me anyway that just for example, the hot spots are in like New York City and some areas perhaps out in Washington and in California. Those seem to be, I think they need more constraints there than they do in, say, North Dakota or some interior state that just, there's the population is not as great. They don't have as many things going on. So I can certainly see leaving it up to the states, but I don't know. I will have to say, in my opinion, I think that our administration is doing a very good job considering what they're faced with. I hope that didn't turn everybody off here in the chat, but because we pretty much shy away from the political stuff. But I will have to say that I think they're. Well, let me ask you this: since the door has been open, there's supposed to be a stimulus package where the government is supposed to send us all money. So what y'all think about that?
That won't affect me at all because they're not going to send people. I get a disability check. I'm on Social Security disability. Mm-hmm. They're not going to send me a dime.
That's not what I heard.
I don't think it.
I heard that
doesn't
people
include us
that are on disability are not going to get anything.
Right. Yeah, I don't think it includes us.
Well,
I think she's right.
Okay, because they were saying today that Trump wanted every person, whether they were on Social Security, disability, and he did use the term, legal citizen or legal resident should be getting a check. That's what he wanted to do. Now, if that doesn't happen, I'm going to have to look right at Pelosi's bullcrap. But that's how I'm seeing it.
Well, that was the last I heard, that they had cut seniors and people on disability off.
Well, that's what the Democrats did. Chipper's Family Adventures, that's true. It was not passed. And quite frankly, Pelosi's group shut it down. And they were the ones shutting off the Social Security people and shutting off the disability checks and so on and so forth. So we'll see where it goes.
Well, Peggy's Corner says every taxpayer.
Yep.
Oh, that means you have to pay taxes. Everyone who makes under 100,000. Well, yeah, I don't think I've made that in 60 plus years.
But anyway, I will get off here and thank y'all. And I just wanted to update y'all on what was going on in Texas. So thank y'all.
Appreciate the call, kiddo.
You're welcome.
Chat with you on Marco later.
Enjoy that jelly.
Oh, I'm going to. Did you see I took that out first? I didn't mention anything. I hoarded that for myself.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
Talk to you
Love
later,
y'all.
kid. Bye-bye. Yeah, Loving Ivy, I think it's if the court systems are closed, any upcoming disability hearing is going to be put on hold. Took me 2 years to get mine.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Wow. 1,172 cases and 36 deaths. I would have thought that I thought Washington was the largest, Brett. Maybe not.
Hey, Brett, feel free to call in here where you get the you can voice some of these things happening down in your area.
Yeah, Brett and Cindy, even when Daryl and I were working, combined, we didn't even make close to that. Not even half of close to that.
Okay.
Brenda, did you get the greenhouse up?
We still have Nathan on the phone here.
Yep.
So
Yep, I'm still here.
Well,
The extreme-
Crystal, somebody has to take care of the crap,
The extreme northwest Tennessee area, there are my county and the county just west of us have 0 cases, but the county south of us has 2, county east of us has 1, and the county southeast of us has 1 case. But most of it is in Middle Tennessee.
One death in Norwalk. We heard the other night they had one up in Cuyahoga Falls, and then come to find out the gentleman he was 81, the gentleman that passed away up in Cleveland, is from Shelby, which is like 2 towns over.
Neighboring town. We got another caller here. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hey guys, it's Britt.
Hey, Brett.
There he is.
Hey, darling.
So how is Louisiana doing here today on this fine Monday evening?
Louisiana, my house is great, but Louisiana as a whole is not doing well as far as numbers go. As of, I think it updated around noon today. We now have 1,172 cases.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, it's 34 deaths. I had put 36 in the chat. It's 34. There's none in my parish. We have parishes, not counties. It's got to do its own thing, I guess. But none in my parish, but the parish where I work has 4 cases. And I'm kind of dreading going back to work tomorrow.
Is the majority?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord, Brett. Make sure you take plenty of wipes.
Well, as a firefighter, we have the medical gloves on the truck, and we do have N95 masks and things like that. I just haven't been to work in a week to know how serious the department itself is taking it.
Well, I know at least wise around here, if it's a non-emergency, they're not responding. It has to be an emergency.
Right, and I've heard some things. I don't want to say what I've heard because I don't know what's true. But yeah, I think we're taking it along those routes.
So is a large number of this is the majority, say, in the New Orleans area, or?
It is. It's over in the New Orleans area, and then it kind of worked its way into Baton Rouge, and the first cases in the state were in the New Orleans area and in the Shreveport area, and opposite corners of the state, the southeast and northwest, and then they've kind of migrated from there.
I just kind of wondered if, with in the New Orleans area, if that was perhaps because of the Mardi Gras thing here in
I would imagine so.
If that
I don't know that anybody's come out and said that, but I definitely would think so. All of our schools have been shut down for, I think, a week, but Abby isn't affected. She was out for a couple of days, but she does an online public school, and they haven't canceled her classes and stuff. She's been slightly affected, but she's still enrolled and learning.
Now that's a little bit different than at a lot of other places. An online public school.
Right. It's kind of a midway between traditional homeschool and brick and mortar public school.
Right.
Because she will still graduate with a diploma like anybody in a brick and mortar public school.
That's cool.
Yeah, Grace Andrews has thrown a couple of figures up here. It says California, 2,160 cases with 40 deaths, and New York has 20,875 with 157 deaths.
New York is just out of control.
Oh, Shayla, all of your schools are shut down. I bet you if they're shut down until May 15th, they're just not going to start up until September. I mean, that just seems... That's like, I talked to my son. The girls are out until April 6th because of all this. Then they're supposed to go back for a week, and then they're off for spring break. How does that make any sense?
I don't know. I don't have any idea. Yeah, that's another thing with the schools are all being handled differently, and I can see that. I mean, every area is different.
Jam at the Nut House. Brett, you made her want shrimp boil.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Oh, you'd love Jay. Oh, well, you were at the gathering last year. You probably met her. Yeah, just on me. You were there.
Yes, we did.
All right, we have another caller. I'm going to let another caller in the room here. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hey, it's Allison from New York.
Hey, Allison. How are you?
Oh, I'm on lockdown.
Yeah, hanging in the best you can, right?
Allison,
because of Taylor.
Allison, can you share a rough geographical area where you're at in New York? I mean, you're not in New York City, are you?
No, I'm on Eastern Long Island, but a lot of the city people have summer homes out here. It's very rural, but
listen to the accent. She's as close to New York City as one can get.
Yeah, pretty close.
Just listen to the accent.
I know. Gotta pour myself a cup of coffee.
See, coffee. See, and you make fun of me the way I say dog. I still have it.
We've got it bad out here. Just in my town, we went from 60 some odd people to 93 overnight. We've had 13 deaths just in my town. It's in a nursing home already. 4 people from the nursing home have already passed. We lost 3 just in one day. And the nursing home is only a few miles from my house.
Okay, so in your area then, is there a quote unquote lockdown
Yes.
order in effect?
Only essential. If you absolutely have to go out for emergency purposes, that's it. They have not started pulling people over yet at this point, but again, only essentials. Like a doctor's office, and they won't even do a test. Where I live, you have to drive to a drive-through testing site.
Okay.
We had the first case here in Suffolk County, and they don't even know where the guy got it from. So, and then he happened to work for one of the local breweries, and the businesses are being crippled by it because people didn't know they had it. Now they've got to do these expensive cleanups for these businesses. That the cost is tremendous. Then it's like, and a lot of people are, for the lack of a better term, really not being very smart. They're downright stupid. You've been tested, but then you go to work. Like, what is wrong with you? And then that causes that business, when they find out, to have to shut down. And we have a lot of people that are testing positive with no symptoms at all. So I've actually not left my house in over a week.
Yeah, and to be honest, I wonder if some of those are false positives.
My daughter laughs at me. She says, "Mom, you've been practicing social distancing for the last 10 years. This is nothing for you." But, Taylor needs her open heart surgery. We don't know what's going to happen with that. That's on, and of course, that's given her a lot of anxiety. The college is all shut down. They sent the kids home. Then they said, okay, some kids, if you want to come back, you can come back. And I said to my daughter, I'm like, you can't afford to get this kiddo. You're not going back. You're staying home. So, and my son is stuck in Texas. And he has autism. And
he's in Texas. Oh, that's right. I was going to say, he's in Texas?
He's stuck in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He went down before all this went crazy. He had the spring break was early for him. He went down the first couple days in March. He had an interview at Moody Gardens to help with to do a little internship there. And his sister works there, and he couldn't get home. That was it. I'm like, you're not getting on a plane. So he's down there, and thank God he's with his sister. But, that's an additional burden on him. He's a teenage guy. Well, he's 22 now, but he eats.
Oh, yeah.
So,
at that age, they have a hollow leg.
Oh, my gosh. And, he's worried, because he sees the numbers here in New York, and that scares him. So he calls every day to ask how his grandfather is and how I am. And then my dad's 85, and my dad was like, oh, I need some food. I'm like, no. So I cleaned out a big whole bunch of stuff out of my own closet, and I left it on his porch. And I'm like, we call it ding dong ditch up here. You just ring the bell and leave some stuff and run.
Jeez.
But, we've got hit hard. Everybody's like, oh, the price of gas. Well, where's he going? You can't take advantage of it.
Exactly. There's so much of it now, it has to go down.
Yeah. And so many people just, they hear of people that have it, but no symptoms, so they're not thinking of who they could be passing it to. And that's the scary part, You just never know. But we did hear that we were going to be some of the first areas to get the test strips, and medications were coming in, so that anybody who, even if you have symptoms and you're tested, they're going to start you on these 2 medications. So, but we have every day they're coming out to the public and asking them to donate some of their supplies, because let's face it, some people did, like as soon as they heard, went out and got masks and gloves and anything they could get their hands on, and now the hospitals can't get the supplies, and they're asking people to give up what they're hoarding for the sake of the patients. And so we'll see if they can pull on anybody's heartstrings to separate themselves from some of the stuff that they're holding, because I'll tell you what, you can't get a roll of toilet paper up here to save your life. But,
Really? Now,
and masks,
go ahead.
nothing like that. My sister works for a pharmacy up here. She's we haven't seen her since the first week in March. And so far she's okay, but she says, people are crazy. Like, they're freaking out if they go in there and, they're asking for masks, and they're saying, nobody's had masks for weeks. You're not going to get a mask right now.
Wow.
But for over a week now, we've had no surgeries, no dental appointments. Actually, dental appointments got canceled 2 weeks ago here. All voluntary, surgeries. Something that's not essential has all been canceled. But, I'm not about to send Taylor into New York to Columbia Presbyterian anytime soon to have her surgery. I'm just like, nope.
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
bleed it out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. It's eerie. Like, much fewer cars. People are starting to really pay attention because the sheer numbers in New York. And we all know that a lot of those people, when they couldn't, anybody that had a home out here from Manhattan and up west, they shot out here to their homes. You can go out into Southampton, and I couldn't believe it. I had to go check on an elderly man I take care of over there. He's got a live-in aid, so I don't have to go all the time, but I had to go pay the bills. That was over a week ago. And you could barely get through this neighborhood. All these city people with these big fancy cars and their driveways were full. They packed all those big mansions with all their friends.
Jeez. Wow.
They're all, but it's definitely scary. And I never thought I'd ever see anything like this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But, but everybody needs to keep, like they say, wash your hands, stay healthy, do whatever you can.
Christy, there's a lot of hospitals that are asking for if people can make masks.
They want to make them?
Yeah.
Like what Heidi did on her thing?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's, it is, they even set up a site, where, would like anybody, even, because a lot of construction companies use the N95s and stuff, so they were kind of pleading to the public, like, please, if you have any, could you, because obviously people have them because you see them for sale for ridiculous amounts of money. It was on the news tonight. Somebody, a gas station had a bunch, and they were selling them for like $20 a piece.
Yeah, it's
so
insane.
Going out now. They're getting fined. The county has people out going now, checking to see if there's any price gouging and putting fines on people.
Yeah, Grandma's so happy. Yeah, 80 years. Her mom's in 80 years has never seen anything like this. I believe it.
It's tough. My dad's 85, and he compares this to
the Depression.
What's happening economy-wise to the Depression.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it's so glad to get through to let you know that New Yorkers we're going to hang tough. We're tough people, so we'll see how it goes.
I'm glad you called in.
Yeah, I miss you guys.
Yeah, I love chatting with you. You know that.
I know. Well, went through a tough bout for a while, but back on my feet, and now hope I stay there.
Yeah,
So.
I do too. You don't need to be falling through any more porches.
No, don't want to fall through the deck again.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I did that one year.
But anyway, everybody stay safe. And And just, keep praying that this all goes away fast.
Will do. You stay safe.
All right.
Stay safe also,
Good
Allison.
night, everybody.
Prayers to your family, kiddo.
Take
Thanks.
care. Thank
Love
you for
you.
calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I think it was, Carrie. Wasn't the Spanish flu the last pandemic? Whatever that word is.
Pandemic.
Yeah, that's the word.
I don't know. Nathan, do you remember what the last pandemic was we had? Was that
The
the...
Spanish flu of 1918.
That Spanish flu 1918. Thanks, April.
So what was the swine flu that they had? I mean, that was a deadly flu. They had a lot of deaths with that, but
Sharon, I don't remember that one, but that's the year my father was born. That's all I can say about 1918.
I don't think they elevated the swine flu up to a pandemic, though.
No, they
It
didn't.
was
There you go, VW. Hey, Ben, how are you? How goes it there in Arkansas?
pandemic. So I'm guessing this is Ben, but even if it's a man, whomever, call us up. Tell us what's going on, and tell us what's going on in your neighborhood in out in Arkansas there.
the swine flu was classified as a pandemic in 2009.
Okay, so that was the most recent one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had somebody, Anne Marie. I had 2 aunts that had polio. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the one aunt, my mom's younger sister, because she had polio and couldn't walk, the guy she was dating carried her everywhere. Now my Antoinette was a little tiny thing, so he carried her everywhere. And when he went to my Graham and asked for her Antoinette's hand in marriage, apparently Grandma couldn't say no. My mother came from a very strict Orthodox Jewish family. The guy she was dating was Italian Catholic. That's a no-no. And Grandma's mom...
Actually,
Go ahead.
remember the Zika virus? That was classified
Yeah,
as a pandemic.
that's
too.
true. Yeah, I do remember that one. And apparently Grandma couldn't say no because he took such good care of her. Love that man. U.S. is up to 43,000 confirmed. Wow. This is crazy. Yeah, we're pretty much a single man. Eli, we're pretty much stocked up on that stuff also. But we're not in the country, but even so, we can still take care of ourselves.
There we have another caller.
Chipper's Family Adventures, I don't know. Seems like a lot of this is just blown out of proportion. I just wonder how much it is.
Okay, let's see who we have on the phone here. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hey guys,
I wonder who
Brett.
this is.
it's me. Daryl's pain in the butt.
Do you have your hat made yet?
No, I was hoping the tidy pole man would actually deliver it to me, but I haven't seen him in a while.
Red.
Yeah.
Everybody watch your toes.
I heard that, Nathan.
She's dangerous with her wheelchair, I'll tell you. Mario Andretti.
Well, I tell you what, it's pretty bad when you can run over yourself, which I've done.
Oh, there's
And
no
it
doubt in
hurts.
my mind.
And
yeah,
it
well,
really,
I ran over myself with a four-wheeler one time, and it didn't come out too well.
ouch. Yeah, it really sucks though. I mean, you run over your foot, you can't stand up because you can't push on your wheelchair to get to stand up. And so you're sitting on your foot and you're wondering what in the world I'm going to do. then you end up backing up again to get off your foot. I'm dangerous.
Brett, you take care.
Yeah,
Especially when you go into
I
work
didn't want to
tomorrow.
interrupt. Yeah, I'm going to stay in the chat, but I just need to hang up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you for
Yeah.
calling. Appreciate it very much.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Sky, I was just gonna say that you and Red should get together. I can just imagine the stories the two of you can come up with.
Well, I have been told that I should be a stand-up, sit-down comedian. Especially with all the wheelchair jokes I have.
Oh my gosh! I'm telling you, you have to write one of those G-rated books. I'm not sure if you know how, but give it a shot.
I do. I do. I do know how to write one of them books. I mean, I'll just share with you sometime the story I wrote about the dentist and the nut. It's a true story, and it's about myself.
Oh.
That scares me a little bit.
Let's put it this way. Don't ever leave me in a dentist's office chair alone and bored. Because you know that little light thing that they look down into your mouth with? Well, I pulled that sucker down, and half of the time I thought it was a instrument, and the other half I thought it was a microphone. Didn't realize the dentist was staring at me in a hallway.
And folks, she's like this real person in real life. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
I
met her at the HOA, and there's this lady, like at the end of, we're at the end of like a U shape where some of the vendors were, and we were at the end of it. And there's this lady at the top of the hill by the concession stand, and just pushing those wheels as fast as she could. And I knew right away who it was. As fast as she could, just beelining for Daryl. She saw Daryl in the truck, and I think she saw Smudge. It wasn't you or me. It was Smudge.
Ben, the video in the background was taken today at the local Kroger's and local Walmart. We had
I
to,
always said, Sherry, it's not the ride you got to worry about. It's a sudden stop.
Those sudden stops. Yeah, exactly.
Farmer Meemaw.
Farmer Meemaw. Hi, Jen. Everybody get the water jugs out. Jen has to stay hydrated. You may have to open them for her. You're getting seasick with the background?
Well, I was calling to tell you is I had a phone call about, I don't know, it's about 3.5 weeks ago. I had an appointment with someone that was supposed to bring me paperwork. Well, they canceled the appointment on me. I'm like, okay, well, they'll get back with me. And then they called today, and they said, are you going to be home tomorrow? And I went, yeah, why? Well, we wanted to come by, and I went, I'm sorry, but there's a great big sign on my door that says no visitors. We are not accepting visitors at this time. Well, they got mad. They literally got mad, chewed me out, hung up on me, and they called back about 5 minutes later, and they were just all nice.
That's when you were talking about on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
At
I'm
least
not
you're nice
accepting
enough to
visitors.
have one that says no visitors. I just have a sign on my door that says go away.
Go away.
Well, I also have a doormat that says, my doorbell is broken. Please yell ding dong. So,
did it work?
still ain't answering it. Yeah, I've actually had one friend do that.
I always wanted to get one of them doormats that said come back with a warrant. My luck is they will come back with a warrant.
Yeah, don't give them a heads up.
Well, one of the questions that I have is, I know they have these lockdown things in place. You're not allowed to be out just running around. or anything like that. But my question is, what is the penalty? I mean, is there a fine? Is there, what are they going to do? And we have a new caller, so let me find out who we have on the phone now. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hi, this is Vonnie from Grandma's So Happy.
Hi, Vonnie. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Doing just fine.
I was just going to bring up something that a friend of mine, last fall, this virus, they were suspecting that when people are saying the numbers, how off the numbers can be. I have a friend that they're a homeschooling family, and they have 5 of their 7 kids are at home. And one got sick, and they went in, and they said, oh, they have this. And so, of course, then they marked all 5 children as having it, even though only one got sick. Then, of course, the grandma caught it, the whole thing. This is all before they had the testing. Well, then when it came back, they realized their child didn't have it, but those numbers of the 5 still stayed with the Department of Health. So she had to go back to the clinic and say, hey, wait a minute here. I don't want those 5 numbers in there. You need to take that away as the count, because otherwise you're giving wrong information.
Oh, absolutely.
These 5 people had it, plus that stuff stays in their medical charts as that they had it. So she had to kind of fight with the medical system to say, hey, withdraw it out of the chart. So I think that's one thing why she's brought up to the point of how off are these numbers. My daughter-in-law works at a major hospital here, and she was saying the same thing. It's like, are they looking at, okay, if one person has it, the whole number, or are they just claiming that one person?
Yeah.
We have no way of knowing. We do. Let me find out who else we have calling in here, and we have room for everybody. So let me just get him in here.
Okay.
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
This is Thomas Farm, Okie, Lynn. We're in Oklahoma. They have there's like 2 deaths here in Oklahoma, and there's like 81 confirmed cases. And the one case to the south of me, and to the west of me, there's like, counties, different counties making like a little pattern. There's one in the county west, and then there's the county over to the west. But in that area, there's like different counties that have just so many more. And so, but there's only been 2 deaths in the state of Oklahoma.
Well, that's good to hear, I guess.
I know there's 2 cases here in our small town, and there's only 419 people in this town. That's it. The total population. If it starts getting bad, it's going to wipe out the whole town.
Do they have any idea how these people contracted it?
Well, there's the first 2 people who got it in the state of Oklahoma had traveled to Italy. They had came back from vacation from Italy.
Okay, so that's how the assumption is they contracted the virus while in Italy.
Yeah.
It's worrisome.
Yes, it is. It is worrisome.
where my son works, he works for a major delivery company, and one of their employees, one of the people were delivering a package, and he delivered it, and as he would give them the dias, or that thing, that they all sign, he was asking the people, what are you doing here? And they're like, one of our employees tested positive for the virus. And he's like, oh no, like you touched my equipment. So he called the company and said, what do I do? And they made him stand in place for 2 hours. He couldn't go back to the truck. He couldn't do anything till they got down there. They wiped down his gadget. They put it in a plastic bag, and it had to be sealed away. Like they couldn't do anything. Like he could not move. They were like jumping.
Well, and let's talk about this this wiping down and cleanup afterwards. I mean, I certainly applaud places like I stopped the video. We had a couple people say they felt they were on a circus ride or something, but we didn't want to get them seasick. But if you noticed in parts of the video at the Kroger's, there was a gentleman in there that was walking down the freezer aisle and wiping down every handle on every freezer door as he was going by, and that was his assignment in the store there. And I certainly applaud the store for doing that, but I question how much good was that doing.
There was somebody doing that at Walmart in the meat section on the cases.
Yeah, but I don't think I caught him on the film.
No.
What I question though, is that doing any good? Or was he actually, if somebody had touched it, would he be spreading it?
Should he have used?
Or did that rag go from the rag to the solution each time?
No, it was like one of those Clorox wipes that you take out of the plastic container.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was just using the same one on each drawer. Yeah, that's So he should have used a fresh one every time.
They caught 2 teenage kids. It's closer to Washington D.C., but here in Virginia, they caught 2 teenage kids coughing on the open produce in a store. They videotaped themselves doing it and laughing, and then they were stupid enough to put it on social media.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, like those masks that they're having people make. Okay, the family members that I have that actually work with patients, they won't be able to use those masks because they don't filter enough. They're not enough protection. So that's kind of causing the upheaval of the people in the hospitals. They're like, okay, you're having to make these masks with there's only 2 pieces of fabric. And yes, I'm sure there's areas that fabric's going to help to a point. But are people going to look at that fabric thinking that's everything, like that's going to be the protection, and it could make things worse?
Now, see, I had an idea for masks that by the time I could bring this to market, it would no longer be valid. But I figured if you could make it out of a sheet of toilet paper, and then when you had to go, you would just use it and throw it away. So you'd pull out a new one anyway.
And this is what I live with, folks.
And you can, in the same aspect, you could probably use some cling film. Just wrap it around your whole body. Of course, if you got an itch, you'd be in trouble.
I'm not even going to respond to that one, Red.
Today I kind of got the first eye-awakening of a family member working under this because they usually don't say anything. But she shared today, it really kind of opened up her feelings, the fear, because it happened to be my daughter-in-law. Her father's had 3 heart surgeries, and so she's an only child, so she overlooks her father. And the other day she put a post, she says, what happens if her working in the medical field, if she would get it, because we help watch my grandchildren, is I think the burden of so many is they love their job. They love what they do. They care for their patients. They will go and do everything they need to do. But the risk that they are they're in, is putting their family members in, And she said, what happens if it causes the death of the grandparents? And I had to settle her down and say, don't even go there. You go do your job. You go be, you worry about just you and your patients, your thing. Don't worry about it. But it was just many of the consensus of the people that I know that are in the midst of it, that's kind of, something they fight within.
Wait a minute. What's being auctioned off here?
You. Hey, Wanda got $300 for a cookbook.
That's right, Allie Oakley. That's not fair.
And we found 25 N95 masks, but because Katie had opened it and taken a couple out, there's
I saw you
nobody around
post
here
that.
that'll take them. It's like, really? Like, they could go to somebody. So we're trying. We're trying to find somebody that can make use of them.
Well, then, because this virus is airbound, they were talking about the people that make them, and even, I guess, the ones you can buy. What about, like, a lot of them say to make them, you can use the rubber band things, the plastic rubber band things to put your hair in a ponytail. Use those to, put so it goes over your ears. If the stuff is airbound, it's going to cling to that. So it's a damned if you do and damned if you don't situation.
Myself in the face with the rubber band.
Yeah.
That's where it's like, yep, it sounds like a good idea, but really, is it? Like you're saying, Sherry, like how much of that could be really sanitized? But anyways, I will hop off so somebody else can get on, but that's what I was just, thinking about. We wanted to relay the part about the numbers that I actually, have a friend that they were battling that. It's like, well, wait a minute, don't throw numbers out that aren't real. So everybody be safe, and we'll just keep praying for y'all.
You too.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Bye-bye.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, my niece is a nurse that works at the VA. And the other day she called my parents. She's like, I'm coming over there to visit y'all. My mom's reply to her was, I hope you like sitting on the porch by yourself. They ain't letting no one in.
Okay, let me do a quick roll call as to who's on the phone here right now. I know we have Sampson Farms, and who else is all here?
Lynn from Thomas Farm, Okie.
Okay. Yeah, Grandma's so happy. Are you still here? Or are you the one that had to leave?
I think that was Vonnie that dropped off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
And Red's
still here. And Nathan's still here.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Okay, cool.
One thing I am thankful for with my parents, especially my mom. She taught us about prepping from the time we could talk all the way up.
I'm so grateful for my folks.
And she didn't care if we threw a fit and didn't want to do it. We done it regardless of color, honey and busted.
No, Nathan, not a Jason Big Bear Homestead mask.
I think that one would be more effective.
I knew someone was going to jump on that. I knew it.
Getting started on home. I'm back, but I'm naked.
What? Nathan, are you naked?
Mari.
Don't answer that question. Don't answer that question.
Don't even touch that question.
No.
Mari had one death on Sunday and one this morning. Oh, my gosh.
And I always tell Bub what Misty always tell me. Bub, go put some pants on.
Not touching that one either.
Telling me that though.
One of my uncles used to tell me, said, "Don't ask a question you don't want the answer to."
Exactly. That's right.
Yep. Matt asked me, geez, about a week ago. He said, "Can I have a can of tuna?" I looked at him and went, "You got to promise me your firstborn first."
Normally, I would say, "I don't know. Can you?" See, so I'm just as
I've
rotten
asked
as
him
you
that
are.
question several times, and I've told him no, and only for him to give me strange looks. And he knew the answer was yes. It was yes. So this time I threw one out there, was going to go smack him in the face.
Well, me and my son's dad, we're still friends. Although, and you can't really say that about a lot of folks and their
Well, I'm in another world here. I don't know what's going on. Sherry's having a...
You need
but
to
my
scroll up
son
and
turns
read
20.
April's
So,
comment.
Sarah's sitting over there dying right now.
Thank you, April. See there, Eli? You never know what's going to come on this channel.
No.
Oh, my
More
goodness.
entertaining than any television show could ever be.
Oh, Sky, I lost it a long time ago. You know that.
I didn't do it.
No, this time you didn't.
And I'm innocent, too.
Yeah. It's April.
I wouldn't go that far.
April's a Georgia peach.
I nearly choked on my drink just now.
We met April. You don't even remember. I can tell by the look on your face.
We've met a lot of people.
At Nathan's. I'm broke. Oh, I may be cracked. Oh, yeah, exactly, April. Exactly. You need a little bit of laughter with all this crap going on. Oh, God, Sky, you don't have to add to it. You can hear all the laughter in the background. Oh. No, that's true. You got a point there. Yeah. Or those the over the shoulder boulder holders. I had to think a minute how Bette Midler said it. Oh well, I remembered her, Kathy. We had a riot that day at Jason's. Yeah, and he doesn't remember you. How about look on his face?
Mm-hmm. I probably would just
snap. Do you remember?
If I saw her,
probably doesn't even remember the conversation where the wife would always shut her husband up. The couple, nope, doesn't. Innocent? There's nobody in here that's innocent. Give me a break. She knows. Listen to her. Mama Z, I don't know if Johnny is rolling, but Sky in red may be. See?
Red is definitely rolling. She
Yep.
can't help it.
She's going, snap. See? April knows.
Oh, that was priceless. That was priceless. I love that.
Oh, that's too funny, Sky. Yeah, I don't know where Jason is. You think this would be a good night for Ahmed? Yeah, Brenda was there that night. That's right. That's the night of the licking the fence comment. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I love that joke, Nathan. Oh, yeah.
Jessica,
I love stuff like that.
let me put some boots on because that's not a correct fact. See, even Nathan
You know,
knows.
right now, I wonder if these days would be a good time to play a practical joke on someone. I had a friend threaten to kill me one time because I was going to put a toy tugboat in their toilet, tie a piece of string onto a lifesaver, you know, the candy, and lower it down into the toilet to the tugboat. And when they asked me why I did it, I told them I was going to try to save the tugboat man by throwing him a lifesaver. Threatened to kill me.
You're an essential worker through, and steel mill. We used to have a steel mill here in town. Well, there's still part of it, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, they still make stainless steel there.
Yeah. Well, Mama Z, we're giving you all the time you need.
Don't need much time to get into trouble, trust me.
That's right. Oh, and see, Sky's telling Brenda that she's innocent and still Brenda's proven guilty. God, think about that one. Oh, gosh. Definitely with all this going on, you definitely need to chuckle every now and again. What did you do? Did you message Jason?
Mm-hmm.
I knew that's what you were doing.
I did.
Yeah, Nathan, my feet are on the bottom, the legs of my chair. You are not the most innocent one here.
No, I am.
Yeah, sure.
J-Lo, what are you hiding in the closet?
Evidence. Nathan, with all the puppies you had, did you get a different type of puppy? There you go, single man. I like that, Eli. That's cute. I keep on telling Daryl to grow a ponytail in the back. Just let his hair grow. No, Francine, I have not. Oh, you got a
I'll be
bully
good
dog.
if somebody buys me a puppy.
I didn't have to buy it. That's the best thing.
Oh, named Peaches. That's a cute name. I like that. Yeah, Anne Marie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're the innocent one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fat chance of that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Exactly. My thoughts exactly, Jessica. We need some waiters.
Well, J-Love, don't you kind of sell those?
Well,
Pick up a
yeah.
pair of chest waders.
She could probably give us a discount. No rat's tails.
I wonder if you can buy waiters for wheelchairs.
Oh, we have... all right, we have another caller.
I'm afraid to find out who it is, especially after your message.
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Yes, I would say I would like to order a pizza, but I don't think anyone's delivering tonight.
Hey, Brenda.
Hey, girl.
How you do, Miss Possum Pizza? Oh,
I'm
Jason's in
doing good.
bed.
Tired,
I still
but good.
owe Brenda possum pizza.
Hi, Brenda.
Hello.
If anybody
makes
ever
me
meets
cry
up
again.
with
I'm
Brenda,
gonna get on to her.
she has the best marinade for deer steaks. And I'm not a deer steak eater. See, Nathan, she's off for a couple weeks. But
For y'all?
we knew she was off, period, right, Nathan?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Francine, Anne Marie is Big Dream Homestead.
Daryl and Crystal, I got a question for y'all.
And Red is Kiss My Grass Acres.
Yeah, Crystal. Yeah, Red. Whenever I'll get it right. Anyways, I have a question for you.
Miss Brenda, don't be making nobody cry this evening.
All right, we have another
I
caller.
shall try not to, Nathan.
All right, we have another caller. Let's see who we have here. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hello, my friend. It is me, Rajiv. Man, I'm sorry. I don't have Corona 19. I've got Miller Lite 27.
Oh, heavens. Now we're in trouble.
It's really me infected. See, I'm in Baghdad. I'm talking. I'm in Baghdad. I'm still talking. I'm in the Baghdad, and right now I'm not done in my sentence, woman. For the love of Allah.
You can hear Robin in the background dying.
I'm trying to explain the phlegm that I have, and you keep interrupting me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you do not make me have to put the Baghdad curse of 1,000 fleas or the fleas of 1,000 camels to infest your crotch and your arms to shrink.
Okay,
I gotta
we know
breathe.
that curse only affects you.
Now, let me tell you.
Everybody
Let
get the
me tell
Clorox
you why I
wipes
got
and
the phlegm.
wipe off the spit.
Does nobody care about my phlegm?
Yeah, we're wiping our computers off because of all the spit.
Let me tell you why I got the phlegm. See, my friends in America tell me that some of them don't have Corona 19. They've got the pollen 2020. But me in Baghdad, I got sand 2020. And goat hair everywhere.
But goat hair is like a great pear hair, so you should be used to that.
I'm crying. I'm sitting here crying from laughing.
Ahmed, you don't have sand 2020. You've got sand 24/7.
You do realize 2020 be the year, my friend, not the time on the clock.
Yeah, and 24/7, 365 is all the time. So how does everybody in America think tonight? You're in Baghdad. There ain't no walls to put a clock up on.
Who is this speaking to me like that?
Who do you think?
That must be the bald-headed guy.
That's right, Lisa Lee. You can't cry. You can't waste the tissue. That's right. You need that TP.
I'm trying to breathe over here.
You must breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. That'll help you very good. Just ask Mr. Miyagi. I seen the movie last week.
It'd be a whole lot easier to do that if my nose wasn't all stuffed up because I shot Dr. Pepper out of it.
Why did you shoot the pepper out of your nose? Is that a new Olympic sport or something coming from America? Shoot pepper out of nose?
There may not be any Olympics this year.
Squirrel.
We are so far behind in Baghdad. I do not know what type of pepper. A big bell pepper, a jalapeno pepper, what type of pepper? You got to have some big nostrils to shoot a bell pepper.
Jalapenos out your nose.
All I know is I had Dr. Pepper coming out of my mouth, coming out of my nose, and I look like a rabid squirrel.
Oh, hold up. We never know no pepper to get a doctorate degree. No te doctor of.
Kathy, you see, I have long sleeves on also, so yeah, I can do that.
Yes, Ahmed, we have a question for you from the White Picket Fence. What do y'all do for toilet paper over there?
Baby goats.
Baby goats.
They don't run fast, so you can call them. You can be like, here, goaty, and then you grab it, wipe, and let it go, and then it roll around in the sand and get it all off. You be good to go.
Here we go.
Just make sure you get now. You have to be careful if you grab too load of goat, his horns may be budding, and that just be a bad day.
What did April say?
Most of the guys that grab goat that have horn become suicide bomber.
Ahmed, April Hill says jalapeno on a stick.
Because, I mean, after you grab goat with horn and go to wipe, yeah, you want to die anyway.
Oh, heavens. I need a respirator now.
That's what I'm thinking.
No joke.
Yeah, see, Nathan said he heard sheep was more like Charmin.
That believes Nathan from the army, so they know all about sheep. I think in the army they issue you your own little sheep. Become your very special friend.
That is so bad. Sorry.
God. You can hear Robin and the girls in the background. They're dying over there. You're on it. Anne Marie is on it. Depends. You have to stop.
Unfortunately, Big Dreams, I think Walmart's out of Depends too.
Yeah. Anything paper products, they're gone.
What are we depending on?
Yeah, there. See, Robin.
Depending on whether we're going to make it to the
depending on adult diapers here.
Wait, I tell you what, we depending on Joe Biden to win election because we kind of scared of Trump over here.
Nice.
Oh, heavens.
Nice.
So, baby goats are great. You know, they not 2-ply, they're not 4-ply, they just ply enough.
You know what they call
dying
one-ply
over
toilet
there.
paper, don't you, Ahmed? You know what they
bad
call
day.
one-ply? Nope, handicapped toilet paper, one wipe and your finger goes through.
Eli, when you get Ahmed on the phone, there's no politically correct.
Yeah, but Red, that's like his country.
What's that?
That one-ply toilet paper where your finger slips through, you're in deep.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's called the chocolate choo-choo.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my.
We call that the chocolate choo-choo.
I'm not sure we want to go down there.
As long as you're not washing
No, you don't want to go down that road, no, because that's not like Thomas the Train. I tell you that much right now.
Yeah, Robin, I know it's you in the background. I know who's dying.
If we do, we don't want to pet any sheep on the way in.
No. No. We'll use our own bathroom in the camper.
You're probably going to leave skid marks.
You know how we learn. You know how we learn about the baby goats, right?
I'm afraid to ask.
We watched an American cartoon with a bear, and the bear was pooping in the woods, and he looked at the baby bunny, and he said, "Come here, bunny," and the bear rides with the bunny. And so we have no bear and we have no bunny, so we said, "Oh, baby goat." I'm not kidding you.
Well, Robin, we're going to start a prayer chain for you, honey.
As soon as she can breathe, she starts in again. See? That's her. Yeah, Yeah, Mama Z, that one down the drain.
Would you pray for her to get the 70? No, and that luck, she gets 70 Virginians.
70
On my luck, I wouldn't get the virgins. I'd get 70 angry Virginians. That's what my problem would be.
But Robin, that's his favorite subject. You know that. There you go, Eli. I like that.
70 redneck.
You know what? I would like 70 cheesecakes. That would be for me.
Ooh, why am I? Get them all.
Oh, we have our Canadian friends on. Mapleberry Farm. How are you doing this evening?
Who?
Mapleberry Farms up in Canada has joined the chat.
Yeah, breathe, Robin.
Hello,
breathe.
A.
Hello.
Hello, A.
Hello.
Oh, Lord.
I have a question.
Yeah, it's your fault, April, with those over-the-shoulder boulder holders.
Okay, now we took a weird turn. Deco, I got a question. How come Canadians take a ham slice and call it Canadian bacon?
Because they know how to slice it then.
Who just snorted?
It could be anybody.
Oh, John.
That sounded like a baby goat. I just want a who and poo.
I'm almost afraid to bring cheesecake down there.
Mapleberry Farm. This is what happens when we get all, confined, quarantined.
Quarantined.
It all comes out in the chat.
Oh. Quarantined and no sleep does not work well together.
It all comes out on the kid goat.
Oh, no, I get worse when I get slap happy because of lack of sleep. Not good.
Just got a message from Country Girl that Andy is coming home.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you saw
That's
that.
awesome.
Who?
Andy
had to go to the ER again.
The tofu bandit.
The tofu bandit. Yeah, the blue-haired guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He had a CT scan. You'd think they'd do something by
Did
now.
they see if he had a brain? I mean, you got to be brainless to eat tofu. I mean, I wipe my butt with a baby goat, and I don't even eat that stuff.
You've never had hot and sour soup, Ahmed, from a Chinese restaurant?
No, nasty.
Let me ask you a question. What part of my accent makes you think I eat Chinese?
Shawarma? Yes. Chinese? No.
I can't make shawarma. I can make cheesecakes.
And I got a serious question. How come all the Americans are stressed out over this coronavirus? It comes from China. It be broke in 6 months. Why you worry? I mean, we know that. You don't anything from China break in 3 to 6 months.
Oh. God,
I'm just watching you.
Okay, I want to know how many of you guys have started counting on your fingers about how long Corona been around since I said that because it got very quiet.
Well, yeah, everybody's counting.
Yeah, and you know Samson Farm, he over there taking his shoes off trying to get the 6.
Okay, my shoes
Well, I
are
can only count
beside the point.
I can only count to 10 because I can't reach my toes.
Didn't you just do it live? Yesterday?
Ahmed, are you able to see the screen?
I cannot see the chat.
Are you able to see the screen?
He can't see the chat.
Yes, I see. I see Sandy.
Okay, because
Oh, I'm sorry.
in our venture today, when we went out in to see what was going on with the stores, we ran across this. So somebody's sending your corn up here to Ohio, and they want 5 years for $3. Just thought you might like to know that.
Wonder how much I can get for my ears.
I still only see Shetty.
What's that?
He still only sees
I
me.
only see Shetty. I do not. You say. Oh, here we go. Oh. 5 for $2.99. I don't see no cord.
I need to hop off of here because I got 3 puppy dogs that's wanting somewhere special. And if I mention it, it's going to be loud.
You take care, Red.
All right, you too.
All right, thanks for calling.
Have a great night.
Good night. Take care. We love you, Red.
Thanks for
Love
calling.
you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So you going back to bed, Ahmed?
Oh no, I was not in. I don't know where you got that from. I was dialing when you were like, "Oh, he's in bed," and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm dialing the number."
Somebody said you were.
I do. Somebody told you a story.
Oh, that's the stuff that wasn't soft enough. Oh, there you go.
No cash transactions at numerous stores in this area. If you don't have a credit card, you can't make a transaction.
Well, I don't
So
walk
much for
around with.
everybody making sure they have a little money stashed back.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah, doesn't do you any good up here.
Yeah, you can't use it.
They're afraid. They learned that on every dollar bill, every $20 bill, all the American money, there's traces of cocaine and poop.
Oh, is that why America loves money so much?
I think so.
Yeah, because most of them are full of you know what.
Just think.
So if you're a billionaire, what does that really mean?
They're full of it. Yeah, there's quite a few here. Yeah. Dethroned.
Ahmed, it means they're all very constipated, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, you can still use debit cards. Yeah. Credit cards, debit cards, checks.
Yeah, they take checks. I can't see how a check could be any better than cash. I mean, that's still hand to hand.
Well, you're probably the
you're
only one that's handled the check, though.
You're still
Versus
handing it your debit card.
People
Well,
that
a lot of them
that
have the
dollar
machine,
bill
so you don't
or,
have to
you know,
hand
that
them a credit
quarter
card.
or dime or nickel, whatever.
Well, and I suppose
That's because the checks bounce and they knock all the stuff off.
okay.
Especially
So you
if you
have
write
to-
it right, it'll bounce very good.
You have to catch it midair. Is that what it is?
I think so.
Oh, okay. So, Ahmed, I didn't get any message from your daughters or your wife or you as far as flavors of, the stuff for a soda stream. You know what the soda stream is, right? You have those over there?
Carol.
Just going to put that young lady on the spot.
Apparently, they named their children Carol over there.
Yes. Thomas, his live stream is Saturday nights. April, exactly. FOS. FOS. Some of them are POS.
Oh, heavens, I think I can breathe again.
Yeah. Breathe quick, Brenda.
You and Carol just decide on what flavors of the soda stream you wanted?
I didn't know.
That's a
Well, why
bunch of-
not?
That is a bunch of kid goats full of poop. Where is your sister, by the way?
Hiding.
Yes. Smoking crack.
Good evening, Royal Amethyst Acres.
Well, hello, Mandy.
Hey, Manic.
Yeah, Carol Ann.
Get 'em.
If you want your own soda, you have to tell Nana Sherry what flavors you want. Because, does Robin know that?
You didn't send her a message to tell her what flavors of soda you wanted?
Yes, you do.
Well, you got till tomorrow. You're not getting them. Yeah, duh.
Well,
she didn't ask me what flavors I wanted. She asked you two, monkey.
She loves us.
She already knows that you're getting slightly used goat flavor.
Was that Ladessa or Carol laughing?
Both.
Well, then Robin needs to figure out what flavor she wants for her adult beverages. Because she's the one who used it all with her adult beverages,
Girls,
remember?
you're going to have to stay away from the goats
And the rabbit.
And the rabbits.
and the rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
And don't trust the squirrels.
They bite.
But rats are okay. Not if you're quick enough.
Now stay out of the pasture.
Hey, look, we are planting Bermuda grass out front just in case the lockdown goes longer than we anticipated. Apollo teaches how to wipe butt.
Yeah, no doubt. A pina colada? Nah, that's coconut. I don't like coconut.
Okay, somebody has to fill in Royal Amethyst Acres.
Mandy, it sort of went downhill about 45 minutes ago. Really
About
fast.
when the Iraqi called in.
Mm-hmm. Well, it went downhill before that, remember? When April started singing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we hit the cliff when he called.
Yeah.
I thought it started going downhill when somebody said they were naked.
Oh, that was Bub from Kentucky.
All of a sudden, I'm extremely grateful I was late.
Well, April started it. She was singing. Oh, goats are royal PETA. There you go.
Yeah, especially the ones with horns.
Orange.
That'll give you a bad day.
You better be careful how you wipe with one of them.
You definitely have to go with one of them. You have to face them towards you and go front to back. Because if you flip them the other way and go back to front, not only do you wipe butt, but you get shish kebab. That is the reverse of the order Rocky Mountain oyster.
The Rocky Mountain skewer.
Oh, Katie, you should be there live. You should be at their house. Yeah, if you think this is hysterical on the phone. Yeah. Last year, Memorial Day weekend. Oh, my gosh. Mm-hmm. And Ahmed wasn't even there. Squirrels are better than
But
baby
we
goats.
don't lick fences.
Yeah, don't lick the fences. That's true. Yep.
You don't lick the fence.
Yep.
You'll have a bad day if you lick a fence.
Andy had
Especially if
gallstones,
it's
kidneys.
electrified.
What did Andy have? Just got a message from Dawn. Andy said gallstones, kidney stone, and kidney infection.
Tell that boy to quit eating all them rocks.
I'm telling you.
What
They gave him prescriptions for antibiotics and pain meds, and something for nausea, but they don't want to admit him unless they have to, absolutely have to. No, so we'll just bring him back to the hospital every 6 months.
But I bet we hear him scream from here when he passed a kidney stone.
Kidney stones are no fun.
No, they're
You know
not.
what he needs to do? He needs to go. He live in Tennessee, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he needs to go to Memphis, find some gang members, and just ride around in their car with all the boom, boom, boom. It's been proven that heavy bass will break up kidney stone and gallstone.
And eardrums.
Well, he just put it on here. Nathan will give him some of the earplugs we got in the military. They work good. What?
You talking about the ones that everybody's getting claims for now for calls tonight?
Those would be the ones.
Oh, those be the ones.
They give you great ringing in the ear. You can't get away from it.
Well, I have that, and I wasn't in the military.
Well, I see single man doesn't allow goats anymore. They apparently started dancing on his Corvette.
Because Jason got a hold of
Oh, Lord. Side effects.
Oh, heaven.
Anybody passing out depends. Oh, Kathy, there is no doubt. Mm-hmm.
I'm waving over here. I need help.
Oh.
Getting started on homesteading. If you ever, maybe you'll have to catch that on
I agree, Francine.
a video or something where you get some sound there.
We don't want the sound effects of Ahmed using goats for toilet paper.
Yeah, Katie, we're all demented. Some more than others.
I'm sure you got
Just
that
hear
right.
it. Bah, bah.
So
I'm not
is
saying that the Army issued a sheet, but if they did, the Iraqis got mad because they were using their girlfriends.
God.
Is Mapleberry Farm still here?
I don't know.
If you are, I'm curious if in your area up in Canada there, are you guys on a lockdown where they have you being quarantined in place?
Come on, Dado. It's Canada. Right now, it's only March. There's still 30 foot of snow everywhere. This is just a Thursday for them.
And we had, today was a high of, what, 33, 32? It was mid-60s on Friday and then 28 on Saturday.
That's about what it was here, Sherry.
Well, hello, Dano's Toolbox. Glad to see you here this evening. You don't know what you've stopped in for, but have fun.
God, Mandy.
Don't do your ratchet.
Mandy, wouldn't that be scratchy? Oh, Lord. Oh, God, Red.
Not even going to touch that with Red's imagination.
No way. You got that right, Nathan. Yes, Jessica, really. That's why when I tell people we can't plant in a garden until at least Memorial Day, they don't understand why. Mm-hmm. Toronto. Oh, yeah. Now, see, Toronto looks like a ghost town.
Okay.
Yep.
That cat climbs that curtain.
That's hard to imagine.
I guess I wasn't aware CJM Farms is in Canada.
Yeah, Red, you noticed I didn't even acknowledge it. Oh, fashion statement. Like, who's going to see this fashion statement?
I don't think fashion is what they will be seeing.
No. Mm-mm.
I know if this cat doesn't quit climbing my curtains, I'm going to send it to Ahmed, let him use it for toilet paper. But I'm sure he'll only use it once.
Only if she's declawed, my friend.
Well, Nathan, I usually only use toilet paper once.
Yeah, but Ahmed was saying
We don't
you use
repurpose
the goat
it
a
here.
couple times.
Or do you just fold it backwards and you reuse it? Is that what you do, or?
Depends on the military situation.
Oh.
But Ahmed was
Okay.
Depends on how much is left.
Okay, I do have a serious question. And I'm not even going to do the accent.
Jen,
for
that's
this.
not very nice telling me it's 83 there. Go ahead, Jason.
Hold on.
Bless you.
Oh,
I
pollen
knew he was
2020,
gonna
that's not the
sneeze.
corona. My serious question. Okay, why are all places like Michael's, Walmart, everybody like that, Tractor Supply, what is the deal with these motion censored lights in the bathrooms? We went out today.
Oh, you mean like when you're sitting there and the light goes out?
Yeah, I am tired of pooping in the dark when I go out in public. It happened to me the very first time it happened to me. It was like Hobby Lobby or Joann's
I
or
remember you
whatever.
talking about that.
And I had to do like jumping jacks to get the thing to come back on. And it was a very bad day for me. And then at Michael's, it did the same thing. The stinking lights went out. And I'm like, okay, well, we had to run out and get a tool for my lathe today. And so when we have to go out, we take advantage of it and we just run any errands that we need to run and get them out. Well, we try to protect ourselves from the virus today by eating the Lord's chicken. And it didn't agree very well with us. And by the time I got to Walmart, I was having like an exorcism. And
exorcism was spewing out the mouth, though, Jason.
Huh?
I was just fixing to ask you, what do you do? Go to town just to poop?
That's what I'm doing at home.
You know what's bad? That's about the only place I get peace when I poop.
I knew it.
Between the dog and the kids, and then Robin just kicking the door and talking about what you doing, honey, and I'm like, take a guess.
Nathan.
You need to build an outhouse out back just for you.
No, because then my luck, the cows would show up. Daisy would be like, hey, it's time to milk.
I could just see this. I could just see this outhouse.
The outhouse over with him in it.
I can just see this outhouse down by the pond.
The light going on
and it has a little motion detector light on it, solar powered.
No, there's not going to be a motion. I hurt my back. So I went into the handicap stall to be able to go poo. And you know, those stalls are like 10 times taller than all the other stalls. And so I'm sitting in there, minding my own business, doing my business, and voom, the light goes out. And I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me right now. In Walmart, the daggum light goes out. I was sitting in there in the dark going, how am I going to get out of this situation? Thank the Lord somebody else must have ate Jesus chicken and wasn't agreeing with him either, because he came in there, he went into the stall like right next to me. So I real quick just stopped. I just turned the valve off and cleaned up, washed my hands, and got out of there. But you know, these are the type of friends I have. I tried to vent to my friends, and my friend in Louisiana.
You have a friend in Louisiana?
Yeah, my friend in Louisiana. You know what he said to me? Why you poop so long? And I'm like, don't act like you don't poop in stages when you go sit on the toilet.
Oh no, I found out what it is.
You have stages when you poop because especially when you're out in public. It's not like at the house when you're thinking, I might have a poop. When you're out in public, you wait till it's doing touch and goes or it's about to drop just a nuclear bomb in your pants. Because watch any guy when you're out in public like Walmart, Home Depot, if he's walking funny where it looks like he's just squeezing his butt cheeks together, you know what he's fixing to do. He don't really want to do it out in public, but it just moved and it happened, and so this is just how it is. And so you're running in there, and so you have your very first initial explosion, and then you have to do what I always call the test push. I always do the test push to see if there's anything left. And as you do the test push, you wipe. Okay? But sometimes all you've done was like clear the landing strip or whatever. And you go to get up, but then your bowels are like, no, you're not done yet. And so you have to have another one. And then you usually have to wipe again. But how are you supposed to go through these stages when they got motion lights and they turn the light off? How are you supposed to be able to find the toilet paper to be able to clear the runway for round number 2? I mean, who in the world puts a motion light in the bathroom anyway?
Well, I have a question for you. Since that's not something I believe in, what is Jesus chicken? I mean, is that something
chicken.
I could eat?
Yeah, it's Chick-fil-A chicken.
Oh, Chick-fil-A. See?
Yeah.
Why do
you
you
did
call
not see? Look, it was on Facebook, so it has to be true.
I didn't see
somebody said on
that.
Facebook the whole reason why we have the virus is because everybody turned their back on the Lord's chicken and started eating Popeyes.
I missed that post.
So it has to be true.
Well, see, we don't have Chick-fil-A here in town or a Popeyes.
All I can say is do not let Jason potty train your children.
Oh, Nathan, I agree with you.
Never get to use the bathroom.
I don't know what you're talking about. My kids are potty trained very well. Thank you very much.
Just ask the rabbits.
And did you train them to take as long as you do? And use every restroom in town?
Look, I can tell you right now. The Quick Trip gas stations probably have one of the cleanest bathrooms out of all gas stations here on the East Coast.
So do they have motion lights in their bathrooms too?
No.
We have them in our basement.
Hey, Jason goes to town to use the restroom because of what Paul did to his plumbing.
Amen. Amen to that.
That's why when Jason's in the bathroom down there and we're down there, that's why I think it was Carol says, "Can I go to the bathroom in the camper?" That's why. She knew her dad would be taking a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's called dropping a deuce.
See,
amazing or good morning, how you doing? Or good afternoon, how you doing?
And he broke Johnny again.
What?
You broke Johnny.
What happened to Johnny?
She's probably dying over there.
This conversation is hilarious to her, so every time she just busts out with some random noise and starts laughing, Johnny's been broken. This is like the 57th time in the last, 20 minutes.
Francine, I thought that was Hobby Lobby. Oh, no, Terry. I don't do outhouses. Nope. Never have, never will.
Our second bathroom is in the backyard. It's called an outhouse.
Mm-mm.
If it's on a job site, it's just called a porta potty.
When we first moved to Ohio and would go back to New York, back then the rest areas had outhouses. I wouldn't get out of the car. And Dad would get back on the highway, and the next exit where the gas stations were, Mom would say, "You have to pull off." And he goes, "Why?" "Because Sherry has to go to the bathroom." Yep. Yes, everybody is broken tonight, Katie. Mm-hmm. We usually are.
I have another question.
Go for it.
Why doesn't America like Charmin bathroom tissue?
I don't know
that because I'm American.
Because most of the Walmart, like they took every other brand of toilet paper off the shelves, but the Charmin stays out, and it's like fully stocked.
Better.
I don't know. It was weird.
Is it more expensive?
I don't know. I was wondering if it was like John Wayne toilet paper or something.
It's too squishy.
Oh, Mandy only uses Charmin. Yep. Mr. Whipple. I was trying to think of his name. Thank you, Kathy. Yep. We use Sam's Members Mark.
Yeah, Members Mark.
Members Mark.
And and what's up with the toilet paper in public? It's like half as wide as normal people toilet paper. And like it's not even like 1 ply. It's like 7/16 ply.
Grit. Ouch,
It's like
April.
20 grit sandpaper.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's like John Wayne. It's rough and tough and don't take crap off of nobody. You gotta get this big ball of it like you're trying to make a snowman head, just that way you don't go checking your own prostate when you're trying to wipe your backside. And you still don't come. You got to come home and take a shower.
Yeah, Anne
I
Marie,
don't know
that's
why they
why
don't
we
just
buy
put
Members
the
Mark.
public bathroom.
Yeah. We buy
See,
Members
everybody
Mark.
thinks I got a lot of money because I have a big fat wallet, but what they don't understand is I started bringing my own toilet paper, and I put it in my wallet like it's cash.
I bet you were broke by the end of the day after eating Jesus chicken, then weren't you? That wallet deflated.
Yep.
I can remember going overseas, and one of the things on the list that they tell you to pack was toilet paper, and I couldn't understand why they said that.
The industrial toilet
learned
paper
fast.
makes a good fire starter, though.
Well, I tell you what, there's gonna be. I keep the toilet paper in my wallet, but now I'm just gonna have to break down and get one of them like 1980s butt pack things. What were they called? The little pouches that dudes started wearing.
A hip
The
pack?
fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
I got
Yeah,
one. You want me
I'm
to
gonna
want me to
start-
send it with the cheesecake?
I'm gonna just have to start sporting the fanny pack because I'm gonna have to just keep more toilet paper in there and a tennis ball. Because I was talking with the professor from Old Ways New Times, and he said just start carrying a tennis ball. That way, when the lights go out, I can throw my tennis ball and whammo, the lights come back on.
Well, you maybe you just better get a flashlight too. Because if you've already thrown the tennis ball and it didn't cross the beam, you're shit out of luck.
See, and I thought about that. So I was thinking about getting one of those tennis balls,
my Lord.
tennis balls that come with like a rope attached to it. So I can just throw that bad boy out there and then pull it back.
You better start measuring all those things then, and how far it is from where you're going to stand in the stall to the ceiling where the line is.
What?
If you're only going to carry one of those tennis balls around, you better you better take a ruler and measure tape and measure how far it is from that motion detector light to where you're going to be in the stall.
Oh, poor Johnny. She broke again.
That's Lynn.
Okay, y'all. If you ever see Jason out in public and he is sporting a large
Johnny's
backpack
broke
on
again.
his back, just let y'all know he ran out of toilet paper and he is now carting corn cobs.
It would be a baby goat. I heard they work really good.
Did you see Doug Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, their Twitter tonight with the baby goat in the house? You say that, and that's the first thing that comes to my mind now.
Doug,
Well, I ain't gonna say anything, but where do you think I got the idea from?
Nathan, are you
Doug's
still
been
on the phone?
Off grid a lot longer than me
call
has.
failed. Yeah. Yeah, small goat in the
I'm just saying,
backpack.
Doug is the godfather of being off grid. So
Yep. Oh, God, Nathan. Oh, Lord. Oh, was that a lamb, not a goat? I guess it was a lamb, wasn't it? What do I know? The only animal I have is a dog.
I'd be afraid to wipe.
You just keep hiding.
I'd be afraid to wipe with a lamb or a sheep. All that lanolin, you just greasing things up. You wouldn't be able to have any sphincter control to be able to make it to the bathroom. It would just that would make your butthole like a turd slip and slide. Then it would just sing.
Then you better have some defense, Andy.
Oh, God. Tell me about it, Jen. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that's your growing lambs there. Mm-hmm. That would work. Oh, God. He's too big to put in any type of backpack or a suitcase for that matter. That's true, Red. You would get knocked across the room.
Yeah.
Dear, it's 11:30.
Yes, it is. Well,
Is that-
10:30.
Is that a clue?
Yeah.
I think that we're getting word that we're going to shut the stream down. Anybody got any last thoughts on the lockdown?
Breathe, people, breathe.
Okay, the only thing I have to say about this mess we're in this country at the moment is I keep seeing people posting to use Mullen for teepee. Please, people, don't use Mullen for teepee. Lamb's ear, yes. Well, Jason needs the whole lamb. Well, in his case, goat. But nonetheless, use lamb's ear. But do not use Mullen for that.
Why not Mullen?
Is a good herb. Mullen tea will open up your bronchial tubes, and it breaks up the phlegm in your chest, in your lungs, so you can get it out. It's more important for that than it is for wiping your tush with.
Well, maybe they just trying to attack it from both angles.
Yeah, that just might open up the back end too. We have another caller here.
Let's not make tea out of it after you wiped your butt with it, okay?
Oh, yuck.
I didn't say I was gonna make tea.
Okay, we have another caller here, so let's see who we got on the phone.
Is Nathan back?
I don't know. This is Daryl.
It's CGM Farms from Canada.
Hey,
Well,
CGM Farms.
Well, hello.
Well, how you doing?
Oh, not bad. I just seen you guys are having a blast on TV there. Just decided to come in and say hello.
Well, glad you did. So, are you in a situation in Canada where your area is in self quarantine or lockdown or not allowed to go do anything?
They've pretty much everybody has been told over the news, stay home. Only stuff is that actually is going on is working, and there's like minimal amount of people working.
Yep, pretty much like around here.
Nathan, I see pure evil genius there.
Oh, yeah.
Jason, don't ever go to the woods to go potty when
Nathan's around.
But
I
I'm
know,
telling
right?
you, in Canada, there's more people gone out to the country than staying in the city. It's crazy.
You mean as far as moving out to the country?
No, they just literally up and left and went to their cottages, went to their farm.
Gotcha.
They just literally, if you look downtown Toronto, it is empty, and I've never seen this in my lifetime.
Wow.
It's been age. I haven't been to Toronto since I was a kid.
Yeah, it's still, well, if you haven't been here in a couple of years, I'm telling you, it's populated by about 10 million plus your kid since you've been a kid.
Yeah, I have a family over there.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we used to go over there every summer.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Jeez.
So what are you guys up to tonight?
Trying to behave. And not doing very well, are we? Yeah.
We're talking serious, but then things kind of took a nosedive.
Yeah. How is it in the States?
Well, is
it all locked
state
down, or?
Well, there are some that are locked down, sort of. Ours is supposed to start tonight at midnight, Ohio. Only essential.
Okay.
Yeah, another 30 minutes, we're locked down.
Yeah. Missouri's really not on lockdown. However, Kansas City is going on lockdown, I think, tonight as of 11:59.
Yeah, there's been actually news down in Canada that they're going to bring out tomorrow. I think they're actually going to put everybody on a lockdown tomorrow in Canada.
I don't think we're on a lockdown. April, are we on a lockdown? I know two little girls that are fixing to be on a lockdown, boy. Their mama fitting to knock their heads off their shoulders.
That's not me. That's
Nice little kick in the butt always works, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Never goes out of style. Yeah.
Oh, Carol's playing her ukulele instead of getting her room ready for inspection.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, Eli, I'm glad you had a good evening.
Carol, I hope you quit.
No, you're not locked down.
Well, you
Nathan,
guys all have a good night.
Jason.
And
I'm glad
stay
you called.
safe.
Yeah, we're super happy you called. Glad to have
Yes, and thank you very much for helping me all out with my YouTube channel. I really appreciate and big support for you guys, all right?
Well, you're very welcome, and I thank you for being here and participating. So, you have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, thanks for calling, eh?
No problem. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, later, eh?
Later.
All right. All right, and we have another caller here.
We have another call.
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
It's just me again.
Oh, we have Nathan back.
Hang up.
We have the evil genius back.
Hey, that was
Just
an awesome idea for some people you just really, really, really love. You know what I'm saying?
I can't say that I don't disagree with that idea. I know a few people I'd probably do that to.
Oh, I got a long list of people I'd do it to.
I got
So on a different note, Robin, On a different note, Robin may have seen a video with Blaze in it for their initial drill competition today.
Oh, really?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I bet she got all excited with that. He's there to what?
Yeah, we got a letter. We got a letter from him the other day, and he's still full of humor and everything. He got sick. He got really sick and had to go to medical platoon for a couple days, and got pneumonia. But they got him better and got him back in time, so he didn't get dropped. And
good.
It was one of those things where he waited till the last second to tell somebody because he was worried about getting recycled. And I've been there, done that. I've had that happen myself while I was on the island. But he got back in time for Pugil Sticks, the Confidence Course, the Gas Chamber, and the Slide for Life, and rappelling, and all that kind of stuff. And he knocked somebody out at Pugil Sticks and got their mouthpiece, so that's on their trophy table that they have. He did the Slide for Life, the Stairway to Heaven, did all the obstacles with really no problem, and he was getting to the A-frame, and you have to climb a rope up like 30, 35 feet, and then maneuver on to just kind of looks like an A, so that's why they call it the A-frame. But anyway, when he was running up to the rope, the recruit before him fell, and he ended up breaking his leg. And Blaze reacted with him being when he was working in corrections, he just reacted and started to run over there and got tackled by a drill instructor and kind of fussed at, told him to get back over there and do what he was supposed to be doing. The drill instructors got it. And they had to bring the paramedics out and take that kid away.
Wow.
Yeah. But he seems to be still in high spirits and doing really, really well. I've just been a horrible father. I have not written him a letter yet. And I guess I sent him a birthday card because his birthday's tomorrow, and I filled it full of glitter.
Oh,
so that way when he opens it up, and I made sure I got one that sang a song too, so it drew attention to him when he opens it up at mail call during free time.
Oh, jeez.
And so when he opens it up, not only will it play the hamster song,
oh Lord,
the hamster dance song, but a whole bunch of glitter will fall
out.
And so Ladessa got him a card, and she filled it full of glitter. His recruiter and all the other recruiters at the recruiting station got him a card, and they all filled it full of glitter because the whole glitter thing was actually his recruiter's idea. I cannot take credit for it. So he's going to have a bad day.
Oh, now see, if I would have known, I have a whole little baggie of little stars and stuff like that I could have put in a card and sent too.
So go ahead, send it to him. You got plenty of time.
Well, I will message you for his address.
Picking all that up too.
What, Nathan?
Oh yeah.
He graduates when? Memorial Day weekend?
May 22nd. But right now, they have closed graduation to the public.
Right.
They have canceled his 10-day leave. Because with the Marine Corps, you get 10 days leave to come home after boot camp, and then you go on to SOI or MCT. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I think that's like 2 months long. Then after that, you go straight to your MOS school. And, depending on your MOS, some MOSs are, 6 months, 5 months, 3 months. But Blaze's is going to be over a year because Blaze has two different, more likely he's going to have two different MOS schools. He's going to go to MCT, Marine Combat Training, at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina.
Okay.
Which, if he does get any weekend liberty, he'll be able to go hang out with Mama Donna and them if he wants to, and they can meet up with him and hang out with him and cook it, let him have a dinner or whatever with them.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're very close to Lejeune. And but after that, then he'll probably end up going to Virginia for the very first intelligence school. Now, that'll be from my understanding, that's the basic intelligence school. I think that's where he gets a lot of his safety briefings, a lot of his protocols and SOPs and stuff like that. And then from there, they branch out to their specialty in intelligence, where it looks like Blaze is going to be a linguist. So then he'll probably end up going out to California because that's where all the linguist schools are. And he'll be there for over a year learning whatever language it is that he's going to get to do. He tested at the highest level, so it could be Russian, Arabic, Farsi, Mandolin.
Southern or Northern California?
I think it's Southern Cal.
Okay.
Not 100% sure.
I got a question.
I got an answer.
What is MOS?
Military Occupational Specialty. It's his job.
All right.
Awesome.
So we could be not looking at being able to see Blaze's ugly mug for a year and a half to 2 years total.
I know. I have a cousin that's in the Marines. After college, when he went in the Marines, he went in straight as an officer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was just kind of wondering what MOS is because of him.
Officers don't have MOSs.
Nope. They get placed where they get placed.
Yep. MOS
unless
willing to work.
Unless they were what we called in the Marine Corps. I don't know what they call them in other branches, but unless they were a Mustang. Now, if they were a Mustang, which means they went in, enlisted, went through their MOS school, and then in their free time went to college, got their degree, and then applied for OCS, then they would be able to transfer over into becoming an officer, and depending on what rank they were enlisted is depending on how high up the chain in the officer ranks they'll become. But then they go back to their MOS because, at least in the Marine Corps looks at it goes, we've already trained you to do this MOS. We're thankful that you got a degree and now that you're an officer, but you're going to be an officer in the MOS field that we taught you. Because the Marine Corps really hates to spend money.
Well, he went from high school to college into the Marines. And so right now he's out at Camp Pendleton,
San Diego.
Hollywood Marines?
No, I mean he's a zero, so I mean he just went out to just got stationed out there, so it doesn't really make him a Hollywood. Hollywood is if you do boot camp in San Diego.
Oh yeah.
No, he didn't do boot camp in San Diego.
No, if he went OCS, he did it in probably Quantico.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. And Mimsy's Garden, I don't think so. I am responsible for Blaze's intelligence. I'm the one who taught him in homeschool. I'm the one that made sure he got his education.
Robin must have gone to bed or something.
Taking the test.
Huh?
Or he got really lucky filling in the bubbles for the test.
Well, that's good. No, that boy, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it, that boy is smart as smart can be. And it's to the point, his intelligence level has always been so high that I'll be completely honest with y'all, it scared me. Because one of the things about my wife, now I love my wife with everything I've got. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I was blessed, and I know God made her especially for me. But God has a sense of humor that the rest of us doesn't share. Robin has a very unique interest. And her interest is serial killers. And so when Robin and I were first dating and I went to pick her up, I always believe that you can tell a lot about a person by looking at their bookshelves and what books do they have on their bookshelves. Well, I picked Robin up for our first official date, and oh, sweet baby Korean Jesus, there is nothing but serial killer books on the bookshelves. And I'm thinking, great, I just got out of one psycho relationship, and here I am entering another one. But I learned on that date also that Robin has a degree in psychology. So I was like, oh, okay. But one of the things that I have learned over the 15 years that my wife and I have been together was all you got to do is like say Bundy. And then Robin just starts going, brrr, she just starts talking. And she just doesn't stop. And so you'll learn a lot about serial killers just by saying one of their names around Robin. And so one of the things that I learned is that most of the famous serial killers were like off the charts intelligent. And so that was one of the things that scared me about Blaze, is because you hear that a lot of these serial killers were just off the charts smart. And so I always thought, Blaze is going to do amazing things. Blaze is going to do great things. It just really depends on which side of the spectrum that we're talking about, how great they're going to be. Are they going to be great for society and he finds like the cure for cancer, or he saves a bunch of people, or he finds the way to bring peace in the Middle East or something? Or is he going to accomplish great things that law enforcement and and like that line of work just goes leaps and bounds. They grow leaps and bounds because they learn so much from Blaze, because there were times as Blaze was growing up. I mean, I've got one of my best Father's Day gifts that I got from Blaze. Blaze was, I don't know, what was he, 14, 15? We just moved up here to our forever homestead. And we sunk a lot of money just moving up here and getting into this place. And it was like 2 weeks after we got into the place, we had to drop another $6,000 because the well went out. So we were pretty much poor because we couldn't afford the 2 O's and the R to be poor. And so Blaze made me a homemade type Father's Day card. He took a chunk of 2x6 and he carved in it, and it said it was hashtag #1dad, and it said hashtag great dad. And I said what kind? And then on the back of it he wrote me a little note. But the thing about it is I wasn't very familiar with hashtags. So it was the pound key to me.
Yep.
Or the number sign.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, son, what number am I? You gave me number sign and then you said great dad. What? I don't get it. And the look on my son's face was like, my dad is retarded.
And he's like, Dad, that's hashtag. I'm like, no, son, that's the pound key or the number sign. All you got to do is listen to a telemarketer. They'll tell you to mash the pound sign.
Uh-huh.
And so then on the back, he said, thanks for always being there for me, even though I've had my moment. Well, I've had my do you want fries with that moment. He said, thanks for never giving up on me. Love, Blaze. And so I still have that to this day. It's out in my shop. And I picked it up the other day thinking about him and got to reading it. And I was like, oh, I remember this phase because I was telling him, because the problem with just off the charts intelligent kids is that they have zero common sense. They have zero. And common sense is not something that you can teach. You just have to let them do things that they hurt themselves so that way they can develop said common sense. And there was times that I would look at my son and be like, boy, I love you so much. But there are times that I look at you and I can see you up there with the President of the United States saying, I'd like to thank my mom and dad for being such awesome parents as I accept this Nobel Peace Prize. But then there's times like right now when I see you at 35 years old talking about, you want fries with this?
Oh, Jason. You know what? That boy is going to go on in life and do great things.
All three of them are, Brenda.
The best parents in the world.
Yeah. Not just Blaze, all three of them.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, my vote is for the girls. My main goal for the girls is survival. Because they're 20 months apart and they're already trying to kill each other.
My money's on Dessa.
Your money's on Dessa? Yeah. Dessa can handle her own.
I can see them girls as being survivors.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. The funny thing is they're at each other. They're at each other 24/7. It just doesn't stop around here. Whether you stick them in a large T-shirt, you make them carry a log, you make them do this or that or whatever. You tie their legs together, whatever.
Well, they're at that age.
They'll be at each other. But we have been kicked out of more churches because some boy has went to go pick on one of them, and then the other one comes out of nowhere and just knocks them for a loop.
Oh, I remember Carol doing that at the HOA 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And it's always been that way. They were, let's see, 5 and 7. Yeah, 5 and 7. And we were giving a talk at this one church about how the importance of food because where it was in the Bible and how much food was talked about in the Bible. And the children's nursery leader or whatever came up to the area where we were talking, and she had the girls by the hand, and she basically interrupted our lecture, and she said, I'm sorry, but your girls are going to have to stay with you. And I'm like, what happened? And the lady looked at Carol, and she said, well, she bloodied a young man's nose. And Carol knew that she was going to probably get in trouble without missing a beat. She said, but Daddy, I told him twice to stop picking on Dessa. And I said, okay, and then what happened? And she goes, well, then I knocked him in his snot locker. Because my rule was you always have to ask somebody nice and politely twice to leave you alone or to stop picking on you. And that after that, all bets are off. So
But look, I have to run because I actually have like 1% battery left on my phone, so it's probably going to die here like any second.
Well, we are so glad you called in.
You're too late, Jason. The girls are already in the bathroom.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Those girls sound like me and my brother, me and my brother growing up. And we fought like cats and dogs. We talk now, but we don't talk a lot.
Well, Jason, thank you so much for calling in. We certainly always enjoy having you here.
All right, Daryl, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out, I got a tomato plant, and I'm trying to figure out, I know you're putting something to keep that straight. So I'm trying to figure out what to use. This is my first time growing tomato plants, so what would I use to help the tomato plant that's in a 5-gallon bucket grow straight, grow the right way?
Tomato plants need to be staked or something.
Yeah. Like a
Or if it's in a 5-gallon bucket, you could put a tomato cage in there with them and let it grow on the cage.
tomato cage, or like a piece of rebar, and then use twine to tie it to that.
Or a stick.
Stick. Yeah.
An oversized dibble.
Which one you gonna turn? Thank you, because I've been trying to figure out what to do about that. Yeah. And
you can find a straight stick and stick it in the ground.
Yeah.
I think there's some out. I'm pretty sure there's some out in the yard. I just gotta go get them. But I'm trying to grow these. I'm trying to grow them in a bucket. For one, I don't think my papa will appreciate me, building, raised beds out in the yard. And for two, my son, Cedric, he mows the yard, and I'd be afraid he'd mow it down. He'd mow it down.
You can certainly grow that in a container. Have you already planted a tomato?
It's right now. It's in the 5-gallon bucket. It's just not up like it's supposed to be.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say is that there are some different. What do you call them? Breeds? A breed of tomato? I don't know. There's different types of tomatoes.
Variety.
Yeah, variety.
What tomato is it?
And there are tomatoes that they even call a patio tomato, because they don't grow that tall, but they produce a fair amount of fruit, and they do a really good job in a container. So, all right.
Well,
okay.
All right. This is it says it is part Whopper improved hyper tomato. So
no idea.
We was me and my mama was at Atwood's, and she had saw this, and I was like, so that's the type it is.
I'm not sure. Is it? How
take
tall
a-
is it now?
Take a picture. Take a
About-
picture of your seed packet there, and shoot it off to probably anybody in here, and they'll be able to help you out as far as maybe give you a little bit of advice on that. Just do it on email. It's a little hard without seeing exactly what kind of tomato plant you have there, and if they're not familiar with it, they're gonna have to look it up. But there's so many people in here that that will certainly reach out and give you a hand with that.
Yeah, like I said, when we was at Woods, my mama said there's tomato plant. And, well, she could, so I brought it home, and I planted it in the 5-gallon bucket.
Okay.
But this says something about Hart's Whopper improved hybrid tomatoes, which, to tell you the truth, I ain't never heard of a hybrid tomato.
Well, that just means that it's like a mixed breed. It's a combination of a couple different types or more. Okay. Well, listen, we've been on for quite a while.
It sounds to me like it does need staked somehow.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Yep, without question. Well, we've been on for a while here this evening. We certainly appreciate everybody that's been here tonight. Super thank you to all of our moderators. Extra special thank you to those that are members of Smudges People. We certainly enjoy you supporting the channel. If you want to become a member of Smudges People, just hit that join button down there below. We'd be glad to have you. And as the summer goes on, we're going to be doing more and more for those folks that are in the membership arena area. We have left on the phone right now. We have Thomas Farm Okie, Duncan 1900 Homestead, and Samson Farms. Thank you all for being here.
Troublemaker.
Thank you all for being here and calling in. Who am I forgetting? Anybody? Got the moderators, got the members. We got everybody. So, I know. Next week we will have a guest. The Morning Gardener Show will be our guest next week, provided they're not in lockdown. If we can get them on the line here. Thank you for
lockdown doesn't affect their phone.
Well, who knows what state they're in?
That's true.
So, thank you so much for being here this evening. Leastwise, we can do this and still fellowship. So,
Yes, Anne Marie, I
Thank you all
am.
for a very wonderful, fun, and enlightening evening.
It was, wasn't it?
God bless all y'all, and we'll catch you on the next live.
Yep.
all right. Thank you for calling.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Okay. We'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful week. Take care, and just remember your friends are just as close as a computer. Take care.
I make no promises, but I'll try my darndest.
Night, everyone.
All right.